Hey, deserving listeners, it's time to continue our journey with Married at First Sight. My name is Dr. Kirk Honda. I'm a therapist and I'm also a professor, and I'm a YouTuber, I guess, too. As I always say in these videos, if you need therapy, make sure you get a therapist because you deserve it. Don't use these YouTube videos as a replacement. All right, let's see if anything of interest comes out of my mouth.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Pick one.
Thanks.
Today I'm meeting with Taylor and Brandon to help them with some of the issues that I've been hearing about that they're having in their marriage. From what I've heard, there have been several incidences of not so great behavior on both their parts since the honeymoon.
So that's great. Finally, someone is helping. Now, I want to point out that Pepper is a sociologist and a professor, which is not a clinical profession. She is a researcher, probably, in all likelihood. So I don't know why she is the one. They have on staff a marriage and family therapist who is trained to do marriage therapy. Why isn't that person sitting in that professional seat right there? I don't know. Well, we'll see. This is interesting. This is the first time I've seen Pepper operate. So maybe she's awesome. Let's watch.
I'm very confused because as far as I know, I haven't done anything to you. So I would like to know what these actions are. And I've asked, but I've never heard. He's the one that moved out. So it's just like, I'm just confused at what my actions are.
I mean, I can go and tick off a list of things I don't think you've been nice to each other about, or I don't share your specific perspective on, but that's just me. I'm trying to help you guys.
So I want to point out that it doesn't look like the two of them want help. If I was sitting in that chair, the very first question I would want to ask these two individuals is, do you want me to help you? Because if they say, no, we're done with this relationship, I don't want to ever talk to this person again, then I'd say, okay, that's fine. What is it to me that you want to make that choice? So that would be the first question that I would ask as Pepper. I would say, like, so I want to try to help you guys, but do you want help? Because maybe you don't want help. Maybe you're done.
Is there anything either of you have done up to this point that you would apologize for and say, I'm sorry, I wish I hadn't done that?
There was a video that I posted on social media, which seems to hurt him. But the thing is, it was not directed to him. And the thing is, his friends, nobody openly followed me on social media. So no, Brandon, I didn't expect for you to see the video, but I post what I want.
Yikes. I mean, if you haven't seen the video that she posted, it wasn't like horrible, but it was decidedly not nice. And the other contestants on this show agree. Mika, Michael, others agree that what Taylor posted was uncool. It's one thing to have a fight, which they were doing. It's another thing to talk with your friends. It's a whole other thing to go on social media, and she has a lot of followers even before the show, and start talking all sorts of stuff about Brandon. And her attitude is just, it's striking, because before this moment, she really came across like a caring, well-balanced person. I wonder if this is just bravado. That would be my guess, is that she's just putting up a wall because she's really hurt. And she has good reason to be hurt. I mean, Brandon has not made it easy. He has really reacted without much self-awareness, and it has been pretty destructive. I mean, the honeymoon alone, he did a lot of things that she has legit reasons, one, to be hurt and upset, but also two, not to want to be in this relationship. So if she said something like that, if she said something like, look, Brandon has treated me like crap from the beginning, and I feel like I'm kind of done with this relationship. And so, yeah, I posted that video. But honestly, I don't care, because the night that he left the apartment, I was done with the relationship. If I was interested in the relationship, then yeah, I would feel bad about the video, but I don't, because the relationship is basically over. If she said something like that, that would make sense.
So we have a question for everyone. Why is it so hard to find a man that's over 6'3", has a job, never been to jail? I feel like I have the most minimum requirements to finding a man, and not a soul meets them. So I guess I'll just be single forever and ever and ever. It's fine with me, though.
I mean, rewatching it's not as bad as I remember it being, but it's still pretty bad.
Did that to me and said, why can't I have a woman who's taller, thinner, and good and bad or whatever? I would go, that's all about me. It's all dissing me. I would feel embarrassed. So what I'm asking is, why did you do that?
Because, first of all, I can only take so much. Dr. Pepper, I've been so patient ever since Panama, where he took his anger that he was at production and then changed it to me.
Right. So Taylor has every reason to be upset, and she has every reason to wonder if this is a good person to be married to. Absolutely. So if that's what she's saying, then I think as a viewer of this TV show, I'm on board with that. That seems valid to me. But to post that video prior to them actually breaking up, because when she posted that video, they had not broken up. They had a fight, but they hadn't broken up. And they still aren't really broken up. They're still married. There's been no discussion of divorce, as far as I know. So there's a big difference between, I don't like the way he treats me, and I do not feel bad about that video.
Or the last day in Panama, it's just like these things are, it's just like these are things that I'm trying to get past.
I understand there's plenty of things that have been said that are ugly and inappropriate. I understand there's many ways to be hurt and angry and embarrassed. I'm not at all unsympathetic with either one of you. What I am saying is you're still married. So what I'm asking of you guys is, what could you guys do to figure out how to learn from this, and how can you understand each other better and more sympathetically?
She asked a good question. She's like, okay, what are you going to do to actually make this marriage a better marriage? And she asked it in a pretty helpful way. Now, we don't know if these two actually want to work on their marriage. We haven't heard either one of them say, yeah, I'm here to talk with you, Pepper, to work on our marriage. It seems like they're here to prove that they're right and that they're not really interested in working on their relationship.
Because my husband is the most respectful person.
But
My
how is
husband
what you-
hasn't cut me down. It's just like, it's not for no reason,
Can
Brandon.
I-
You say my actions, but think about the actions that might have caused this.
Let's try and hear each other. I see two people who just keep closing down.
That's
Even
not
though-
true. I'm pretty vocal, and I've been vocal with her, and I've told her how I felt. To me, I feel like she is just here for the cameras. Like, this is going to help her platform,
What
or
makes you think
maybe it's
that?
a stepping stone to go somewhere else, because everything seems rehearsed.
You know what? He just tries to gaslight you.
So the level of contempt between these two people is really high. As John Gottman found in his extensive, several decades long of research on couples, he found, and his team found, that when contempt starts to work its way into one or both members of a marriage, it is a sure sign that divorce is around the corner. Because when you have contempt, it's hard to have love for someone. And we hear contempt in there, really extreme contempt from both of them. Now, as a therapist, if I was, again, to talk with them, I would say, would you like me to help you? Because there are roads we can go down to actually enhance your relationship. I see that your marriage can be salvaged. Would you like me to help you salvage the relationship?
It's just like, what, can you tell me?
This
Can
woman
I
is
ask you
not,
a
I don't
question?
understand. She seems
Can I-
like she's so upset with me right now, and I don't think it's me. I don't think it's personal.
I
Like,
am
think this is
upset with you.
deep-seated.
Let me just say this as we go on. There's ways to put something in the past and reframe it enough to say it's not pivotal. And I would like you to do that. But I'm also going to ask you to forgive each other, because you did some lousy things early on. She did something that I think is not cool at all. Ugly.
So this is nothing resembling a marriage therapy session. I just want to point that out. Everything that she is doing is not therapy. Now, she doesn't claim to be a therapist. This isn't claimed to be a marriage therapy session. And you can kind of see on the face of these two people, they're not ready for this. I can't imagine this is going to go well for either one of these people. They have so much contempt, hatred even, for this other person.
It's too bad.
And I just want to tell you that I never said that I gave up. After everything, I'm still here.
I knew you would do that. I'm over this. Time for me to go.
Okay.
Take this microphone off me.
Randy,
You should do it. Don't listen to her. Do it.
you can take his microphone off. Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, well, that does it for another reaction video. Everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.